Ain't no intro. All right, here's where we are. Uh, the belt's not gonna go on yet because still not done putting the cam timing in. I got the hot side of the turbo pretty much mounted. It's gonna come back off. I just want to see it on, but it's coming back off because I don't have a T3 gasket yet. What else am I missing? I think I mentioned the injector cups earlier in the last video. This oil cooler sandwich still needs a little bit of modifications. Got a nice little gap there, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I already know what I'm gonna do with it, but outside of these couple of things, I'm pretty much like stuck until more parts show up. You know, there's not much else I could kind of do, right? I'm not gonna change the spark plugs just yet until I'm done with the head stuff. I'll put the coil plugs on. I'm not exactly going to tighten down this for our crankcase vent until pretty much until it's in the car, and I know the lengths of where the oil catch can's gonna live and everything. The only thing I can kind of really do is just pop a few sensors on, like right here and there. That's pretty much it. It sucks that this cam gear doesn't look as pretty as everything else, but it is what it is. I don't really like the adjustable timing ones because these cars come with variable timing already, and I feel like it just confuses the shit out of the computer. Having to adjust for mechanical timing offset, or advance, or retardation, while it's also doing electronic, doing the same thing electronically. So I don't really mess around with with those. These I'm not really also a big fan of either, but there's mixed reviews and there's mixed, there's reasons for it, right? Like the stock dampener or stock wheel or crank pulley is pretty much balanced for 4 cylinders because they're unbalanced, 2 up, 2 down. But that is relative to like stock internals, like stock rods and stock bearings, and these are different. So even if you do put the stock one on, it's not gonna have the same harmonic frequency as like the stock internals would do. So maybe the lightweight stuff is just fine. It's got ACO bearings in it. It's got some what are the rods from again? I think we got a not Hyper Street. It was Godspeed. No, the I can't recall it right now. I think it was, I don't know. It'll come to me. It's anyway. It's in another video what the rods are, but it's like some cheap company. But it doesn't really matter. So will this block make it to 500-600? Probably not. I think it's gonna live somewhere around the 450 range, which is good enough for a street car. A pretty decent looking street car with some nice go fast bits. We have the spacer in there because it actually gets the most out of the the intake manifolds. And this is pretty much where we're gonna stop because I need a few more bits. So my man's probably should not have purchased a couch this week. Probably should have bought more parts because all this did was add 2 more weeks to this build. A week to wait for money and another week to wait for parts. So it's gonna be a while probably before you see another video. Most I can probably do is get the turbo back on, finish the cam stuff, and put the timing belt on, and do something with these crusty, really crusty timing covers because they are in bad shape. Like this is, I would even suggest getting new. Because it's just like peeling. This one isn't as bad as the other one. There's the upper. Upper is really bad. Look at this. Would someone look at this? Would you look at that? Look at this. Somebody come look at this. This is crazy. I wouldn't even try to put this back on. This is wild. Anyway, ain't no outro. I got a ton more shit to do, like 7 o'clock in the morning. So, and it's about like 11 o'clock at night right now. So I'm about to wrap it up. I was already out here around 7 this morning, you know, doing all this. But, you know, ain't no outro. Tomorrow I'll clean my floor again. And I think I might go with the smaller throttle body, just because I'd have to get a different adapter plate if I want to run the water meth, right? Because this one just, you know, just fits the stock perfectly. But still up in the air. Anywho, for the third time, ain't no outro. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back to this build. Big turbo GLI 1.8 and a Mark 4 Jetta.